Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. And today we are going to be talking about the test squad that was announced today. And Coach Shukri has given some words about it. And he has said his part about the selection. It's a 14-man squad. And we're going to be dealing with everything on today's show. We're going to be talking about all of that on today's show. So before we get going, before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell for all future videos. Please smash that like button, comment and share. Don't forget to obviously comment in the comment section after the stream has ended. A lot of you guys have been very, very good with that. You guys have been involved in the live chat on YouTube as well as in the comment section. So I really like that you guys are doing that. And the guys that are watching it back are also commenting. So please continue doing so. It really helps out the channel. It really helps the views out. It really helps the spreading of all of our videos and our content on this channel. So please go ahead and do so. I'd also like you guys to please subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen right now as well as in the description. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. A very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your live cricket show. I'm your host, Khalid Mohideen, and today we will be talking about the test squad that was announced today. So Coach Shukri has had his say. He's discussed what he wants to do with regards to the test squad. And I'm going to be reading out the press release for you guys so that you guys can have a listen to what he had to say and see what he had to say. We might, if there's enough time, we might also react to his press conference. But let me just first and foremost start, because I think that enough was given in this press release. But let's see how much time we get. Red Bull head coach Shukri has announced a 14-player squad for the up-and-coming two-match test series against Sri Lanka, which gets underway in Durban later this month. Captain Temba BAVUMA will lead his side after being cleared for selection after a fitness test on Monday. He has recovered from a left elbow injury that sidelined him during the recent test tour of Bangladesh. All-rounder Marco Jansen and fast bowler Gerald Coetzee will return to the test setup for the first time since the series against India last summer. Kagiso Rabada, World Sports Betting Western Province baseman Dane Patterson, DP World Lions all-rounder Vian Mulder complete the pace attack. Meanwhile, Keshav Maharaj and Dafabet Warriors' Senaran Mutusami have been named as the two frontline spinners for the series. The first match of the tour is set to begin at Hollywoodbets Kingsmead Stadium in Durban on Wednesday, 27 November. The squad will then travel to Gqeberha for the second match, starting on Thursday, 5th December at Dafabet St. George's Park. The series is one of the two remaining in ICC World Test Championship for the Proteas, who are still in contention for a spot in next year's final. Commenting on the squad, Conrad said, "We are excited to be back at the home soil after being on the road for some time. It's always a great feeling to play in front of our supporters and deliver our best cricket at home. We've picked the strongest possible side to ensure we stay competitive and keep our hopes alive for a place in the World Test Championship final. This time, we've named a squad of 14 instead of the usual 15 to allow players on the periphery of selection the opportunity to play first-class cricket for their respective provincial teams. It's great to have Temba back, leading the side after his recovery. His leadership and skill are invaluable to the team. I'd also like to thank Aiden for stepping up and captaining the side so successfully during the Bangladesh series. It's also pleasing to welcome back Marco and Gerald to the test side. Both have worked incredibly hard during their conditioning programs, and it's great to see them back in the fold ready to contribute to the team. And the games, as said, will start. The squad will attend a Red Bull camp at the Center of Excellence in Pretoria from the 21st to the 22nd of November before heading to Durban on Saturday, 23 November. You see, now this is what I like about um, the test side. This is exactly what I enjoy about the test side. They don't mess around when it comes to having camps, etc. And that's something that's so important because we don't normally do. They don't normally have camps for the white ball sides. So it's a lot different, like I said on yesterday's show. So the fixtures are as follows. South Africa's Test series against Sri Lanka, 27 November to the 1st of December at 9:30. South Africa vs Sri Lanka, Albert King Stadium in Durban. 5th to the 9th of December at 10 o'clock, South Africa versus Sri Lanka, Tafobet St. George's Park, Gqeberha. So those are the fixtures, guys. That's what's happening. So, yeah, I'm very interested to see what takes place with regards to the series because it's such an important series for South Africa. I have to say that um, it's been quite tough for players to get familiar with each other, etc., and all of those things. And this team has done excellently well, and I'm really impressed with the way things have gone with him, and it's brilliant. So, from the squad's perspective, let me just bring it up on the screen. You've got your batters: Temba BAVUMA as captain, Tony Rizorzi, Aiden Markram, Tristan Stubbs, David Beddingham, Cal Verreynne, Ryan Rickleton. The all-rounders are Vian Mulder, Sinara Mutasami, Marco Jansen. Your spinners are Keshav Maharaj. Your seamers are Kagiso Rabada, Dane Patterson, and Gerald Coetzee. I'm very happy with the squad. I don't really have anything bad to say about the squad. It's maintaining consistency within the team and giving players opportunities to improve and prove themselves again. Some of these players need to step up now. Ryan Rickleton and Aiden Markram again. And we'll have to wait and see what happens with regards to this team. Whether they can come to the party, whether they can perform. Let me just get in some live chat. Sam says Shukri should have given a chance to Brevis, Bayers, Swanepoel, and Michael Pretorius. I think he did the right thing here, Coach Shukri. He's telling them to go score runs domestically and perform domestically. They're not going to play in this match. There's no that you know what the squad will be and what the teams will be, especially in Durban when they will probably play two spinners. So that's something that we need to take into consideration. These players also need to keep themselves performing and keep knocking on that door. Go play domestic cricket and go continue scoring runs and be consistent. For winning 2-0, SA need to bat again better in the both tests. Vishal says, wow, domestic performers not included in the squad like Janneman Malan and Brevis because Janneman Malan hasn't performed. Oh, Jordan Ehrman, sorry. Jordan Ehrman and Brevis, because these players have performed in the test arena. That's something that why add new people to the squad right now if you are going to play, if you are going to play the guys that are on this team sheet, on that in that squad list. All of those players deserve to be there. They all deserve an extended run in the team. Why not continue with that? Harley, can you kindly bring up Markram's or format stats since 2023? I think that would be very helpful for the chat. Kindly bring up Markram's all format stats since 2023. I think that would be very helpful for the chat. Yeah, that's going to be quite tricky to do. That's going to be quite tricky for me to do right now. Let me just focus on this first. Markram is bad in 2024. In 2023, he was best batsman in every format. I know Markram stats, by the way, it's just for the people who think Aiden has been terrible in all formats, which is a lie. Recently, over the last in 2024 at least, he hasn't been up to scratch. We can't deny that he he has actually said it himself. He admits it himself that he hasn't been in great form. So yeah, Kelly says Aiden was just under par in the last few games, but not the extent that he should be dropped right now. And I agree. I don't think he should be dropped, but I mention his form because his form is bad right now. And that by no means he should be dropped at this moment. I think that he just needs to come to the party now, and we're just putting a little bit of pressure on him to perform. Texas hope BAVUMA won't pick up an injury mid-series again, which is very possible. Some really weird bounce, etc. is at Centurion looks less predictable than St. George's or Durban today. Yeah, Centurion did look a bit weird today, but it shows that if you're patient and you bat. But it was even a little bit weird in the West Indies series as well. You needed to be a little bit more patient than usual in the first couple of sessions before you get your eye in. That was when we played West Indies at Centurion as well. Talha says Durban is good for batting, so I think our batters should be able to put a good score on the board. Kelly says if the weather stays like this in Kabeja, our seamers should be happy. Good swing conditions here. Sam says hope next year is T20 against. I'm not going to talk about T20 right now. Lauren says loved how the coach shut down the drop Markram brigade. Spoke very highly of Aiden. Okay, let's get into the press conference. Let's try to find it here quickly. I had it here. Fuck man. So I need to clear this entire computer, give it a complete cleanse. Here's it. And then I need to do that. Just bear with me, guys. Not having a producer, I have to do all of this shit myself. So it takes quite some time to do everything because you can't. Unfortunately, on this platform, I can't like prepare things beforehand in Windows, etc. I have to do it manually like this while I'm live, which is madness. If I had a producer in the back end, they would be able to do all of these things for me, and then I wouldn't have to do it myself, and it would go a lot quicker. But unfortunately, I am on my own, or if you want to use South African slang, on my ace. We just give that a little bit of a boom. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, let me just zoom out again. Cool, I like that. Okay, let's listen. Yo, it's 21 minutes.
Hi, yes, Nathan. I don't think it's a surprise that the players and coaches alike feel that way. We've said forever and a day that we'd like to play more Test cricket. Arranging it offhand, but I'm sure that Enoch is working tirelessly behind the scenes to try and get us content. We desperately need more content, both domestically as well as internationally.
Thanks, Nathan. Talbot?
Thanks, Lucy. Thank you, Shukri. Temba is a tough and experienced and very professional player. If he was anyone else, would you have had doubts about throwing him into the Test series coming in cold?
Everything you mentioned there, spot on, Telford. Whether he's going to go in cold, yeah, he's probably going in cold on the back of not having played any matches, but we certainly going to be simulating match situations during our short camp we're going to have in Pretoria. And whatever guys have achieved and gained during playing a 4-day match, we feel we can do the same in 2 days in our camp in Pretoria. So whilst everything you say about Temba is correct, don't think it plays that much of a role. His fitness test was always going to be yesterday, and then it would just be too close to a 4 day match and too close to the test match.
I hear you guys say that the volume is low. I can't make it louder. Um, there's no way for me to make it louder than it is at the moment. It's at its loudest. The volume is all up. So should I continue with the presser, listening to it, or are you guys fine without it? I can continue reading out live chat. Just let me know. Because these are very long pressers. It's 21 minutes. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. Let me see something quickly. Let me see if I can get some quotes instead, and let's read out the quotes to you guys. The highlights of this, because I'm not going to listen to this whole bloody thing. It's 21 minutes long, guys. Coach Shukri likes to talk. Impresses, which is a good thing, because we normally complain that we don't get in-depth answers, etc. But yeah, at least we're gonna get some in-depth answers. Okay, so here's some quotes from Coach Shukri. On Temba BAVUMA, he says he's probably going in cold in the back of not having played any matches, but we're certainly going to be it's certainly going to be stimulating match situations during our short camp we're going to have in Pretoria. His fitness test was always going to be yesterday, Monday, November 18, and then it would just be too close to a 4 day match and too close to the test match for him to play a game. If we had asked him to or forced him to play last week, I think I could have been detrimental. I think it would have been detrimental, and I don't think there was anything to gain from that. So that's Coach Shukri talking about why he didn't play maybe a 4 day game beforehand, or whatever the case may be. Why is he coming basically straight into the side? Why is he coming straight into the side without playing any single game over there? CSI making use of that Old Trafford microphones. Lawrence. Talk nonsense here. Okay, let's continue. It's more on Temba. Yes, some more quotes. He says the concern was the impact on striking the ball, and if there was any pain associated with that. He's continuing with BAVUMA. That was still the case when we were in Bangladesh, which then ruled him out of the second test there. So it included a battery of tests. There was the fitness side of things, the aerobic stuff with the running and doing all of that. We had our high performance lead, Tumi Masakela, there as well. And then also he had an hour and a half batting with quick bowlers. He had a throwdown net with fielding coach Kruger van Wyk, and a couple of throwers there as well. He got through that really well, unscathed, and there was absolutely no pain. We felt that on the back of that, he should be cleared to play. Equally, Conrad said that BAVUMA is looking forward to leading a side. He has only captained 5 times out of 10 possible opportunities since being named test captain in March 2023. That's madness. He's excited, says Conrad. He's like a little kid in a toy shop at the moment because he hasn't played test cricket in a while. That's all well spoken by Coach Shukri. Very well put together there. He said also that this game is almost like a knockout quarter final with us and Sri Lanka. The table is going to be quite topsy-turvy, one over the next couple of months. Topsy-turvy over the next couple of months. We also understand the magnitude of it. We also understand that we've got to play really good cricket in order for us to achieve the goal. I think we're going to run into a very confident Sri Lanka side, but we certainly know that if we play anything close to our ability, that will be right there when it matters. It's an exciting time for the test side, and it is a very exciting time for the test side. And it's also exactly right. We need to play our best cricket. We also need to keep things simple. Keep things simple, and we will get over the line over here in this match because we can't continue. We mustn't try anything stupid. Just play our best possible cricket that we can. And I think that we'll get over the line against Sri Lanka. We should be able to. Like I said, these players need to stay grounded. You see, they played with smartness and cleverness and caution in a way, but also freely they played their game, knowing that their spots were on the line. Now that the team is getting a little bit settled, I hope that some of them don't get a little bit complacent. That's my biggest fear about this squad and this team and some of these players. I hope that they don't get complacent. I hope that they stay focused. And I'm knowing Coach Shukri and the type of coach that he is, I'm sure that he will keep these guys feet on the ground. Um, so that's something that I think is very, very important to understand as well when it comes to the squad. But I'm very happy with the squad. I'm very happy with this team, and I'm hoping that South Africa can, you know, get over the line with this one. Um, Let me see if there's any more comments here. Lawrence is excited to see Marco and Gerald in action. Would be interesting to see how Sri Lanka handle that. Sri Lanka picked a top test side. The top six all average about 40 with multiple hundreds. Going to be a tough series. It's going to be a very tough series. And Durban is at least isn't completely spin friendly like it used to be as hectically. I mean, there is in the first session or so, sometimes even after lunch, the ball can move around, and also sometimes in the last session of the game, the ball can move around a bit, dependable how the condition of the ball, of course. But particularly the ball does move around and swing a lot. Some seamers have been getting quite a few wickets in Durban. So I'm hoping that Gerald and Marco complement each other well. Marco swings the ball and he's going to have to utilize that. Hardy, bring Aiden Markham into your show. You had said that. I did ask. He doesn't want to do interviews at the moment. So I will ask again sometime, but at the moment he doesn't want to do any interviews. So let him be. Tala says, I think it's going to be our bowlers versus their batters. Is Matthew Bertsky injury prone or he play less games? I think his stats are good with the game he played. Last time I asked you about him today, I saw he scored good. How do you feel about him? I love Matthew Bertsky. Big fan of Matthew Bertsky. Always have been. And he does deserve to come into the side in the near future. He must just continue scoring like he has been scoring for the Warriors. And I think that it's almost inevitable that he will be selected. And I'm sure that his mentality and the way he is as a person and as a cricketer will shine through. And Coach Shukri will obviously see that and then select him. Andile picked up a really nasty knock today. I also see Proteas replaced him in the side. I wish him well. He's been playing well so far in the 4-day stuff. Yeah, he's been doing really well in the 4-day stuff. Bose, not Bretsky. Flip, did I read that wrong? Fuck. Sorry, Matthew Boast. Matthew Boast, still a little bit inexperienced, I think. This is like his first season now that he's going to actually play some games consistently. And when it comes to Matthew Boast, I think he needs to play longer in the format, 4-day cricket particularly, also in all formats. And we can't just select players after maybe one or two good innings. You see a player do something once and then we want to select him. No, they need to go and earn their stripes at domestic cricket. We can see what happens to players that get selected that are um, that get selected after they haven't had an extended run or enough time in domestic cricket. They get caught out. They need that time. And also, when we look at players domestic cricket, we need to look at them closely. Don't just look at scorecards. Don't just look at the average and the amount of runs scored and all of those type of things. What we need to do is we need to also be look and judge with the eye and see how the technique is. How do they handle certain adversities within a test match or in a 4-day match? How do they handle the swinging delivery? How do they handle spin? Do they only hit balls that are wide? Do they only beat balls that are short? Do they only use pull shots? Do they only try and get on one knee and sweep? What are their plans when they are facing adversity? Not only what their plans are when they are really in form and they're playing well. So those are the type of things you need to look at in a player. And Coach Shukri looks at all of those type of things when he sits and watches 4-day games. I know that for a fact. He doesn't just look at stats. He looks at the player. He looks at their character. He looks at their mentality. He looks at how they face certain adversity. He does look at all of these type of things before he identifies a player that is ready for the test side. And also remember that Coach Shukri was part of the academies as well. High Performance Academy. He was part of the SA Emerging sides, SA under 19 sides. So all of these players coming through our system over the next 5, 6, 7 years, he knows all of them and he knows their characters and he knows what they are like on a personal level because he's worked with all of them. So that's the amazing thing about this. Tahla says, I think our test batting lineup looks settled. I don't see any changes needed. Exactly. Spot on. I agree with you there 100%. Zozi is a good example, bro. Stand out against new ball every time. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe. I'm sorry that the audio file was so low. It's weird because I could hear it quite loud in my earphones. For some reason, it wasn't that loud on your end. And it was 21 minutes, so I don't think anybody really wanted to sit through all of that. So, yeah, we got the gist of Coach Shukri's press conference. We spoke about all the major factors. I want to keep some of the major points for the preview ahead of the next game. So we will do that there. This was supposed to just be about the squad. And for the guys that are just tuning in and if you haven't seen the squad, just check this out. Temba BAVUMA, Tony Lazorzi, Aiden Markin, Tristan Stubbs, David Berriam, Calvin Ryan Nicholton, Vian Milders, Serena Mutasami, Marco Janssen, Keshav Maharaj, Kagiso Rabada, Dane Patterson, and Gerald Goodsea. I also wanted to pop up something that Vienna sent me. I just want people, because there have been some people that have been currently very negative about Vian Mulder, who has been in incredible form at the moment. And I just want to show you the stats that he showed me. If you look over here, between the 1st of January 2023 to now, there's been 5 matches played, and Vian Mulder sits top, 57 average, 100, 150. Then you've got Temba BAVUMA over here, 6 matches, an average of 44.62. He's got 357 runs, 100, 150. And then Aiden Markram's here too, 8 matches, 14 innings. He's got 560 runs, average of 40, 200s, 250s. He scored the most amount of milestones out of everybody in our top order. Then you got Tony Lazorzi. He scored 556 runs, 39.71, and then 100 and 250s. And then you got got Tristan Stubbs on this list as well. Tristan Stubbs is over here 5 matches, 37 average, 100, 150. Serena Mutasami is also on this list with two matches, 37.50, 150. David Bedingham as well, 8 matches, 37 average, 100 to 350. So really good batting attack, really strong. And we need to be able to see that as well and understand that as well. That's why I say when we also talk about certain players, when we talk about don't distract me. We talk about certain players for the formats. We need to separate the different formats. We need to separate test match when we judge them there, ODIs and T20s. Don't overlap the form. They're different formats. They can perform differently in the different formats. So with Aiden, I don't want people to just look at all around everything. I think they need to also look at um, the formats differently and see how players perform over there. Um, yeah, I was referring to the 1-0 that to Ipswich here. Um, that's something. Anyway, Vian Mulder deserves his spot, and Sen played well in Bangladesh. Marco is also looking good. Add some variety as a left armor. Lawrence Khalid, what happened at Newlands? All the Proteas. I was there. I saw what happened. I'm sitting there before the match, seeing that they batted first. They selected to bat first. We know that Newlands can swing a little bit and can be tricky in the morning session. And I'm seeing all these Proteas are back there. The press release the day before, Proteas are all back. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, we're going to probably see like 400 on the board today. Bam, 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 36 for 5. I was like, what the hell? Everybody's getting ducks. In the first innings, Tony got 9. Carl got a duck. David got a duck. Second, Cal got a pay the series. So Coach Shukri is probably standing, gonna wait there at the camp with a belt. He's gonna whoop them when they come off the bus into that camp because they batted badly both innings. Okay, Bedingham did well in the second innings. He got like a 40 something. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. They needed Eddie Moore and George Linder to actually bail them out, and they ended up drawing that match, which they should have won. Linda has been in the runs in 4-day cricket. Yes, and now he needs to do it more consistently if he wants to get selected. Fortuyn also in the runs. He scored 100 years. And today, Matthew Poe scored a 70. Very, very important 70 for his team because they were struggling today. Really, really struggling. Yeah, anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please subscribe, click the notification bell for all future videos, smash the like button, share, and don't forget to comment in the comment section after we've ended the stream. It's very important that you guys do so too. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys again very soon with another live show. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.